Oh, hi guys. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Sorry about that. Today, I'm going to talk about sleep and how we can sleep better. Sleep is incredibly important for us. It affects our mental health, our physical health, our mood. Basically, it touches all areas of our lives. However, many of us don't always get the right amount of sleep that we need. And even when we try, we go to bed at the right time, but maybe we struggle to drop off to sleep. But we're not always getting the right amount of sleep that we need. You know, those 8 hours that are advised for us to have every single night. So today, I'm going to talk about ways of improving our sleep and helping us to sleep longer and for the right amount of time. So the first way we're going to talk about doing this is by setting yourself a sleep schedule. Now what this means is it means going to bed and waking up at the same time every single day. And this includes weekends as well, guys. So don't think that this means just wake up at the same time every morning. No, it includes weekends as well. The reason for this is that our brain expects regularity. It's got a master 24-hour clock in there and it's ready for us to go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. And by getting this sleep schedule into place, it just helps our brain to wind down at the right time and be alert at the right time. So having a regular sleep schedule improves both the quality and the quantity of our sleep because it's what our brain is expecting us to do. To add on to this, really, you shouldn't be napping in the afternoon. Naps are really good for us, but you don't want to nap too close to when you actually go to bed because this can affect your sleep schedule. And similarly, if possible, waking up with the sun is really good for you. I know it's not possible for me. I have to get up at the same time every day, and that's often before the sun comes up. That's for work. So I do know that one's not possible, but if you are in that situation, then allowing yourself to gradually wake up with the sun is also very good for your sleep schedule. So we'll move on to the second point, and it's kind of related to having a sleep schedule, and that is to set yourself a wind down routine in the evening. Now, the reason for this, guys, is that the brain takes some time to prepare for sleep. You know, you've been doing everything all day, you've been using your brain, it's very active, and it doesn't just switch off like that. You have to give it some time to prepare. So what you can do is you can set up a way that your brain knows, okay, we're winding down now, it's time to go to sleep. And the way that you do this is for the last 20 to 30 minutes, maybe even an hour if you can, at the end of the day, just start to do the same thing that's more relaxing and unwinding, and it doesn't require quite so much brain power. One thing that is quite important is that you try and stay away from screens during your wind down time, because that can have the opposite effect. So just keep that in mind. So like we mentioned before, staying away from screens before bed is really important. That really helps. But also, you know, if you can, set your lights to be dimmer towards the end of the day. Having a dim light instead of a bright light, that puts your brain in the right place for going to sleep. The reason that this works is that when it's dark, your brain releases melatonin. And melatonin just regulates your sleep and the sleep timing. So by getting the room dimmer, darker if you can, then that's another signal to your brain to say, oh, okay, it's time to go to sleep soon. One thing that I like to do during my wind down time is I will read, but I'll read on my Kindle. I won't read a physical book because I would need a light on to read that. I just use a Kindle with a dim screen, warm light, and I find that really helps me to wind down and get ready to go to sleep. Another thing that you can try is exercising regularly. That's really helpful for sleep, but also changing up when you eat. So no large meals before bed. I know a lot of people think that, oh, you have a large meal, then you feel sleepy, and so that can help you go to sleep, but that's not really the case. In fact, studies have shown that you should actually have your biggest meal of the day at lunchtime, and your evening meal should just be something lighter because the body sleeps better when it's not quite so full. So yeah, if you can, try and avoid having too much food just before bed. The next point then is the temperature of your body when you're trying to go to sleep. So a simple rule to follow is 18 degrees is kind of a good point to get your room temperature if you can before you go to sleep. That's a good temperature for your body to sleep at. That's in Celsius, by the way, guys. Even if you can get your room 1 degree cooler than during the day, then that really can help you to sleep. Your body just does not go to sleep very well if you're hot. You know, I'm sure everybody's experienced this at night on those hot summer nights. You're tossing and turning, you're sweating. It's not really relaxing. It's not what the body needs for sleep. So keep it as cool as possible. Around 18 degrees is best for a really good night's sleep. Similar to the intake of food before bed, we also want to monitor our caffeine and alcohol intake before we go to sleep. So caffeine has a half-life of about 4 hours. So really, you don't want to be having caffeine after about lunchtime, maybe early afternoon if you want to be getting the best sleep possible. If you have that caffeine in your system kicking around, it blocks the receptors that make you feel tired, so you're going to struggle to go to sleep more. And similarly, alcohol doesn't help you sleep as well. Ideally, science shows no alcohol at all is best for sleep, but come on, that's not really realistic. So just try not to go to bed tipsy, try not to go to bed drunk. Try and keep your alcohol intake down just a little bit if you want a really good night's sleep. So the last point then, guys, is that if you can't sleep, don't just lie in bed, lying awake, getting frustrated and not really achieving anything. If you really can't sleep, then it's better to get up and do something else. And the reason for this is that, similar to the sleep schedule and the winding down, if you are just lying in bed awake, then your brain is sort of starting to associate the bed with not resting. And so you don't want to do this, you want to avoid this. So you should get up, you should do something else, and you should come back to bed when you're tired. And this way you're going to associate the bed with a place that your brain thinks, oh, this is where we sleep. So yeah, if you're struggling to sleep, then get up, do something else. That's the best thing for it. Okay, so these are my tips on how we sleep better. Now, if you're thinking, oh, well, I don't really need that, we don't need to sleep more, 6 hours is fine, we'll sleep when we're dead. And you guys want to know the reasons why we should sleep more, just let me know down in the comments and I can make another video on that in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you found this one useful and I will see you in the next one, guys.